Hey guys, how's it going? 5th of June today. Come down the allotment. It's still been a tricky year. It's warm now, but it has got a lot colder up north, and at night here it's still pretty chilly. I know there are some people that even had frosts up north, which is not good. But it's been difficult as well because of the wetness that all the slugs and snails have been eating stuff, and especially these figs, which are obviously just getting established. Well, some of them are, a little bit more mature, but most of them were cuttings from this year. So the slugs and snails are causing quite a lot of trouble, despite me putting slug pellets, which are these things here. They're organic though, so they don't harm any other wildlife except from slugs and snails. But yeah, I was quite sad because this fig here, which is a Hardy Chicago, was one of the ones that seemed to kind of weather all of those problems. It didn't look brilliant, it didn't look super healthy, but it held out, and it had put out a good sized main crop fig, which has now been eaten by slugs and snails. So I'm just like, oh, for God's sake, even the one of the few plants that may have produced something this year, because obviously I'm not expecting a huge yield from cuttings that were this year's cuttings, but it would have been nice just to try a few, just to see what they're like. But I think I'll be having to wait till next year, and that's assuming I can get these all established, that hopefully they won't die. However, this one here, Genovese Nero, I'm not sure what AF means. I don't know if that's where the person it came from, the initials of the person, but you can see that it's putting out some main crops here and here, which have grown quite quickly. Actually, they were only very small last time, so I may get to try a few figs. And obviously for young plants, I'm probably just going to limit it to like 1 or 2 figs, because I don't want it to put all of its energy into that. But I wanted to show you my little watering system. So I bought these pots, which are about 1 litre, and they're terracotta, and I've just sunk them into the pots. So I've just dug out some of the stuff, sunk them in. The idea being that terracotta is porous and that this will gently seep into the soil. It does seep into the soil, because I've tried one at home, but it is quite slow. I'm not thinking this isn't going to be the kind of final watering system, because it would just not be enough. I'm just hoping that at this stage, when they're quite young, it will just keep the soil from drying out if I can't get down here, because I'll probably be able to get down maybe once every 3 days, maybe, something like that. So obviously I'll give them a good water when I'm here, but then I'm hoping that these little terracotta pots just help them through until I get down to water them again. So yeah, and I only bought 10, and I've just put them in the pots that have the most foliage, because obviously they're losing the most water. So I should have kept one of the pots to show you, but it's basically a terracotta pot, but it doesn't have a hole in the bottom, otherwise all the water would just sink straight through. So yeah, that's just my little system. So I'm hoping to get, I probably will need another 10 to do all the rest of the pots. I was going to do drip irrigation, but the system that I bought, it didn't say, but it apparently bleeps every minute or something like that, and it also bleeps as like a signal that water's low and things like that, and I can't have that at the allotment, because otherwise everyone's just going to get really annoyed at me, just this like bleeping thing every minute. So that's a bit of a shame, but I will use that in the future for like my greenhouse or something, so I'm going to keep it. But yeah, going to get some more of these pots for now, and yeah, so I'll show you that. Everything else is pretty slow still. My parsnips are doing really well. I need to net that side to stop carrot fly, because they apparently can only fly up to like 60 centimeters or something, so I need to raise the net up a little bit, but I don't have a net that's big enough to go over that. So, but yeah, everything else is good. I'm not going to do a full tour today. My tomatoes, I'm sort of it's kind of tense, because I had blight really badly last year, but I let my tomatoes get into a real tangle, whereas this year you can see that I've got them nicely spaced. I've pinched off the lower leaves and buds so that it's nice and open. Hopefully they won't get blight, but there are, the leaves are curling, the lower leaves are curling, and it can run through your crop really rapidly. but I'm hoping that these guys might survive if I keep them nice and airy. So yeah, that's that. Ornamentals looking alright, not superb. Dahlia completely devastated, which is a shame because that's one that I dug out and kept in the greenhouse and planted back in. The beans have survived. They're just not really growing much. They're kind of like, they're putting out twining stems, but they're not really leafing out much. But anyway, at least they're here, they survived. And the broad beans, you can see there's quite a crop on there. But yeah, I think I'll probably leave it there. Lots of love, lots of peace, and yeah, I'll speak to you all soon.